Talking with Liz Wood, who currently is in Virginia on this coast-to-coast 4th of July celebration, former University of Maine Black Bear. Did it feel weird the first time you heard the words former University of Maine Black Bear?
Yeah, it was, yeah, it was kind of tough for me to, I mean, even like playing professionally for a couple years, it was, not really the same. And I was kind of living in those glory days still back at Maine. And it was my whole life, we all put our heart and souls into that team, and we were around each other 24/7. I lived with 3 of my teammates. So I never was really away from Maine women's basketball. So yeah, it's definitely been an adjustment. I miss it a lot. I try to play basketball, some pickup games where I can, but it's never really the same. But yeah, I definitely miss it, and I think about it a lot. I do.
When you do play pickup games, are your skills still there, or do you find yourself being taken to town by people that really shouldn't be taking you to town?
I think I can still hold my own. I was the first time I started playing pickup again, I took some time off. I took about 9 months after I stopped playing pro, where I just didn't touch the ball at all. And then when I started playing again, I realized I was pretty out of shape, to be honest. So that was really my only drawback. But then once I realized that, okay, I have to get it back together. And I still, I can still show some people how it's done, but I don't know if I could play with the girls in Maine right now. They're pretty spectacular. So they'd probably show me up.
They really are. Again, this is Liz Wood, former University of Maine Black Bear. Spent 4 years at the University of Maine. Now, earlier this year, your alma mater and teams across the country had to abandon the playoff runs. And in the case of America East and the University of Maine, they had to stop just before the conference championship game.
Yeah.
What would that do to a player, knowing, I mean, this is obviously severe, what's going on around the world, but just in the little world of college basketball, what does that do when you've been preparing all season to gear up for this, and then you have to say, sorry, we can't do it?
I honestly don't think I can even answer that. I mean, I really feel for those girls. They had a pretty rough season injury-wise, and then to come back and they really fought, and came together and made this big playoff run. And they, in a situation like that, you put so much of yourself into that team, with a common goal of winning a championship or going as far as you can go, and just to have it taken away without even having a fair shot. I can't imagine how that must have felt for them. But, as always, Coach Vachon and the players and the rest of the coaching staff, they handled it with grace, and I think they try to look at the positive side. And like you said, it's the pandemic is, it's important, it's dangerous, and it was done for the right reasons. But, obviously that must have hurt them. And I feel bad, especially, for people who aren't coming back, like seniors. But I think they handled it about as well as anyone could have, given the situation.
This is Liz Wood, former Black Bear, played for the University of Maine women's basketball team for 4 years. What do you miss about Maine?
I miss a lot about Maine. I miss just the scenery, being outdoors. I miss the temperature during the summer. It's very hot and humid in Virginia compared to Maine. I miss playing a lot. I miss being in the cross center in front of the fans. I miss our fans. We have the best fans, I think, in the country, but, definitely in the America East. And I just miss my teammates. I miss, the people that my family. I spent every day with them, and we, had bonds that were unlike any other bond I have, outside of that team, just because of how hard we fought together and everything we went through, and just how much time we spent together. So yeah, I definitely miss the people the most.